topic will be sole proprietorship. Let us first discuss what is a sole proprietorship. A sole proprietorship means where there is a sole owner. That is a sole owner or a sole trader. It is a one-man business. So, if we need to understand sole proprietorship in details, we need to understand the fact this business is owned by a single individual who has the control over the management as well as takes all the risk and pertains the affairs of the company himself. That is, he does all the work alone. Now let us discuss the characteristics of a sole trader or a sole proprietorship. The first point says it is one-man army. Why it is one-man army? Because he is taking the decision, he is taking part in the management, he is doing all the related job regarding the ownership of the business, regarding the registration of the business. So we may say it to be a one-man army. The next point says pertains to all risk. Since he is the sole owner, he is the only person who is there to take the risk. So the risk is huge and he has to pertain to that risk himself. Nobody will share his risk. The third point says it is unlimited liability. Why is it unlimited liability? Because we can say it is a one-man business. That is why all the risk he takes himself, as we have read in the first, second point. And so the liability of the sole proprietor is huge. If the business is in loss, then he has to partake his own stakes. He has to bear with all those himself. The fourth point says that is it easy to start? It is easy to start and easy to dissolve. Here there is not much need of registration. There is no legal entities involved in details. That is why you can start the business easily and you can also dissolve the business. The word dissolve means it can come to a closure easily. And the last thing is that profit. Since he is the single owner, he shares all the profit. As he shares the losses also, he bears when there is profit, he pertains to all the profit himself. As we came to know about sole proprietor, so a question may arise in your mind that what are the examples of a sole proprietor? We can say any form of small scale business is a sole proprietorship organization. I have given you some examples to make the point more clear. A small grocery shop in your locality, that is a small scale where there is a single owner. Then a medicine shop can be an example of a small business. A small kindergarten school in your locality where you have studied in your tender ages, or a plant nursery which is there in your nearby location. So these can be some of the examples. We can discuss more examples like a small shop which sells various kinds of toys, or a small electrical shop, or anything related to computer goods, or anything related to mobile service. These are examples of small business which can be owned by a sole trader. Merits of sole trader. Merits are, as you know, are the advantages. So this form of business has some kind of advantages. First, as I had discussed in the characteristic, we can easily start this form of business and we can dissolve, we can close also this form of business very easily because there is no requirement of registration. That is why the process, the legal process is very easy. That is why you can start off easily and you can dissolve also easily. Here there is a motivation to work. Why? Because you are the owner, you are the controller, you are doing everything. So you should work, you should keep yourself motivated to work more and to gain more. That is why the motivation of a sole trader is tremendous. Next, quick decisions. Here there is nobody to take decisions. So whatever decision you are taking, be it good or bad, that decision is taken by yourself. So there is no involvement of third person. That is why your decisions are very quickly taken. Next, it has independent control. As I am continuously discussing the fact that it is one ownership, so the control lies in the hand of the sole trader. He is the independent owner and the control also lies in himself. So these 2 points can be easily combined and said, since he is the independent owner, he can take the decisions easily. Next, secrecy of affair. What does the word secrecy means? You know, to keep secret. So in this form of business, all the affairs are pertain to himself. So he can keep his secrets easily. If he wants to disclose, then only he can disclose. And the last point, as I mentioned, is economy. Here the cost, if somebody hires somebody, a cost is involved for it. For taking part role of a manager, somebody is going to charge a salary. Somebody who is doing work as a legal expert will charge a salary. But if he is all in one combined, then the cost will be low. It will be very economical for that form of business. So these are some of the merits which we can understand while studying sole trader. As we discussed the advantages, now we will discuss the disadvantages, that is the demerits. The first demerit is the limited capital. Since he is only the finance giver, he is only the person who will finance or give the capital. His budget, his amount of capital is limited. He may not be able to provide a huge form of capital which will result in a small size of business. The second point says limited managerial ability. As we know, a person cannot be a jack of all trades. So we may say that one person may not have the managerial ability in all aspects. He may not be good at finance, or he may not be good at administration, or he may not be good at marketing. So this may result in a dislocation or in an inefficient role of the manager or in an inefficient role of the financer, which may result in limited managerial utility. Next, unlimited liability. As we had discussed in the characteristics, that this form of business share unlimited liability, which means that if the capital is partaken and the business is suffering from losses, and if the money is not sufficient enough, then the personal assets of the sole trader may be taken into consideration, which will mean that there is unlimited liability in this form of business. Next says uncertain life. The business may end up due to many reasons, and that is why you can say it to be having an uncertain life. As it is easy to start, it can easily get dissolved due to any circumstantial, suppose the person dies, or if the person become a lunatic, or due to some criminal offense, the business will come to a closure. And the last point says limited scope for expansion. Since the capital is less, the managerial capacity is less, since there is huge amount of pressure on the sole trader, there may be a consideration that the scope of expansion, the scope for growth may not be the same in case of other form of business. That is why sole trader has some difficulties in carrying on the business at a more higher scale. So today we learned sole proprietorship. In our next video, we will discuss the topic partnership form of business. For latest videos, subscribe channel and like and press the bell icon button to subscribe it and get the latest video easily. Thank you.